When it comes to the show Stranger Things, there are many who have gotten a Star is Born moment in that they went from being new kids on the block to some of the biggest young names in Hollywood for one reason or another. But if you were to pick one of them to be the biggest of the stars, that would likely be Millie Bobby Brown. She of course plays 11 and has dominated that role for 3 seasons now, and with season 4 on the way, we can expect even more from her, no doubt. But how well do you know her? Allow us to show you 8 interesting facts about Millie Bobby Brown. Number 8. Her family risked it all for her. Now, if you think that Millie had an easy road to stardom, you'd be wrong. Her family was willing to put their literal money where their mouths were to show their support, even if that meant selling everything to support her. And while it is easy to look at her success and say that it was worth the risk, it was a long road to Stranger Things, and it started with some big changes in her life. Because she was from the UK, she felt she needed to be in Hollywood to get the best chance of getting roles, which meant that her parents had to sell just about everything they had to give Millie that chance because they really did believe in her. Which is a heartwarming thing to hear, but even by Millie's own admission, it got to the point where things started to fall apart. Things were so tight, Millie's British-born manager Melanie Green lent the family money to help them survive, and that wasn't even the end of it by a long shot. My older sister left. She didn't want to do it in America anymore, Millie says. It was tears, tears, tears. We went through tough times. She started getting small bit roles in big-name series like NCIS and Grey's Anatomy, but she kept missing out on the big roles. Of course, once she got Stranger Things, everything turned around for the better. She's now worth millions of dollars, and thus she can safely say she has paid them back in full. Yet, obviously, they didn't know that this was how it was going to turn out at the time, and it would have been fair for her to quit in order to stop the bleeding. But because her family believed in her, she became the star that she is today, and that's pretty cool. Number 7. Shaving her head for the role. Millie Bobby Brown landed the role of 11 while she was living in England, and therefore did much of the auditioning process virtually. But there is a twist in this tale though, as it wasn't until she was face to face with the Duffers, who are the showrunners, at the final audition that she was told that she had to shave her head in order to have 11's look for the first season. Brown recalls the exact moment she learned about the fate of her hair, saying, "So I'm standing in the room with them and Ross Duffer comes over to me and is just like bzzz on my head. And I'm like, what's that mean? And Ross said, well, you've got to shave your head." But in arguably a big twist, she was fine with it. The person who wasn't fine with it though was her mother, who happened to be there at the time. To get her to go along with it, the Duffers gave her a split screen of her and Charlize Theron in Mad Max Fury Road. She was told to have Theron's frame of mind and use her awesome look for motivation, which worked, and thus the shaved head look was completed. 11's shaved head look is iconic, and Millie was obviously born for the role, but can you imagine what would have happened if she didn't agree to that? Okay, actually, let's not think about that, okay? Number 6. UNICEF Ambassador. Though still in her teens, Brown has been often described as mature, and the fact that she's become UNICEF's youngest ever Goodwill Ambassador proves that she has a grown-up outlook. Since 2018, when she obtained the role, she has used her platform to address bullying, climate change, and gun violence, among many other topics. Now that is really cool for her to be doing, and to be doing it at such a young age. But because of her star power and influence, she is definitely one to be able to get the word out and try and change people's thoughts on things. Number 5. Stephen King liked her acting. One of the coolest things about her audition for 11 was that back in 2014, she had her status as an actress boosted by the one and only Stephen King. Yep, he saw her on the BBC show Intruders, in which she had a starring role, but the show only went 1 season, and said that she was terrific and wondered if all modern child actors were like her. Now that is high praise coming from a guy who knows how to do stories and cast people in roles. Now granted, he wasn't the reason she was hired, but it's fair to say that he helped. Plus, even the Duffer brothers were quick to mention that endorsement because that's not one that you would expect to happen. Sometimes a simple sentence of praise can change one's life. Number 4. Millie and Drake. Drake and Brown were fans of each other who became friends. Drake found out Brown was in the audience at one of his concerts and invited her to come backstage. The two discovered they were fans of one another, which led to a lasting friendship. Now, despite public scrutiny about their friendship due to their age difference, the two have remained buddies. Plus, this isn't the only time that Drake has reached out to epic young ladies. He's also tight with Billie Eilish. So yeah, Drake is friends with a lot of great people. Number 3. Kardashian love. Okay, so it's important to remember that Millie as of right now is only 18 years old. So as such, she has crushes and celebrity icons that she looks up to and loves with all of her heart. And that includes Millie, because as she revealed on Jimmy Fallon one time, she loves the Kardashians. And by loves, we mean it in every way you could possibly say it. She said to Fallon that she follows them on social media, probably all the platforms they're on, which is a lot, and that she watches the show and then went on to mimic them and all their catchphrases, and did them with pitch-perfect accuracy at points. Plus, she thinks they're great, which definitely puts her in a minority of people who think they're indeed the bee's knees. And we're no doubt certain that she is crushed upon learning that their show is going to end, but she'll just make sure to follow them even more closely on social media. Oh, it also should be noted that after the episode aired, Kim Kardashian herself went and tweeted about Millie and said she loves her as well. We can guess the reaction she had with that, mainly high-pitched screaming. Number 2. Award nominations. After captivating audiences with her role in Stranger Things, Brown received over 20 award nominations. Over the years, she went on to win 11 awards, including an MTV Movie and TV Award for Best Actor in a Show and a People's Choice Award for Favorite Female TV Star. Millie Bobby Brown has also been nominated twice for her role as Eleven on Stranger Things, and though she is not the youngest to ever be nominated, she is on a short list of several under-18 Emmy nominees. A testament to her acting, and given all the roles she's getting now, we'd be shocked if more nominations weren't on the way for her. Number 1. Word count. Given how important Eleven was in Season 1 of Stranger Things, you'd think that she'd have one of the biggest speaking parts of the cast. But you would be wrong in that assumption, because in fact she had fewer than 250 words of dialogue. Think about that. This was her breakout role and she barely spoke in Season 1. Obviously that would change in the following seasons, but that just goes to show the acting performance that she put up that made an impression while only saying a few words. Acting is more than just speaking, as many would let you know. It's about emoting and portraying the character in both physical and verbal ways. Brown does that in spades, and it's another reason why people are eager for Season 4 to come around, because they want to see what she'll do next. So, what do you think? What do you think of this look at Millie Bobby Brown and how she has grown into one of the best young stars out there? What is your favorite moment of her from Stranger Things? Do you think that she's going to have another breakout performance for Season 4 when it arrives? What roles outside of Stranger Things have you liked her in? Let us know in the comments below, and we will see you next time on the channel.